So welcome to today's Agents Together Monday motivation video. And before we get into this video, I'd like to make you an offer. So my first offer is, I have a check for £3 million here. Hypothetical, of course, so you're going to have to use your imagination. So that £3 million, this check right here is deposited into your bank account today. No catches, no stipulations. You can take it out, you can spend it on whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want. Now your second option is this 1p coin. But this 1p coin doubles in value for 31 days. Now, this might be one of those questions that's so obvious, the answer is blatant, or it might not. But as we go through this video, have a think about which choice you'll make. And at the end, I'll reveal which was the better choice. So the next part I'd like to talk about is a quote from a chap called John C. Maxwell. At least I think this is where the quote came from. It's very hard to find out where quotes were originally attributed nowadays, which is, you'll never change your life until you change something that you do daily. The secret to your success is found in your daily routine. And what that means is, wherever you are in life right now is the culmination of everything that's happened in your life, every activity, every moment you've spent working with your family right up to now. But it also means where you are in your future depends on what you do from now moving forwards. So reaching the next level of success or getting the results that you want that you're not getting right now, it's usually not the consequence of a couple of major events. When that happens, the success is usually short-lived. It's the culmination of something that you do on a daily basis leading up to that. So my question for you is, what is the habit, the task, the activity, the routine that you know you should be implementing on a daily basis that you're going to look back in 10 years' time and be grateful for? Now, the difficulty with this challenge is that you don't notice the difference from day to day. Somebody's not going to see you today. You've implemented this routine and you've transformed yourself by next week. But the compound effect of this habit, routine, whatever it may be, builds up over time to put you in a massively different position in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years time. So let's say that you were to start reading relevant reading material for 30 minutes a day. Not a huge investment. Now, after 12 months, that's resulted in 182 hours of reading. And like we've said, from day to day, you're not going to become a scholar, a major philosopher, but over the course of a year, how much better a position would you be in compared to a colleague that hasn't invested the time in that? What would your earning potential be? What are your prospects for the future? Now take that forward to 10 years, and that half an hour a day has resulted in over 1,800 hours of reading materials. What will have happened to your mindset? What will have happened to the ideas that you're able to generate? What will have happened to, again, your financial rewards, your prospects for the future? What would be the difference between you and somebody else who started in the same position and didn't invest that 30 minutes a day? Now, I can't guarantee it, but I'd like to think that there will be a huge difference in where both of those people are in life. Let's take another example that's maybe a bit more specific to a state agency. So let's say that you were to start scheduling in 15 prospecting calls a day, and that was going to be sacred. Before you did anything else, before you checked your emails, before you started gossiping about other members of the team, you did 15 prospecting calls. Now, from day to day, again, you're not going to notice a huge difference, but over the space of a year, that's an extra 5,500 calls made to prospects and potential people that might be coming on the market. Now, let me ask you, if you were to make an extra 5,000 calls in a year, what difference would that make to your own results, to the results of your branch, to the results of the company? Who would be noticing you in the company? And again, what would your prospects look for the future? Who's going to get the first dibs on the new opportunities? Fast forward to 10 years, that's an extra 54,000 prospecting calls. Now, again, I don't have to teach you how to suck eggs here, but compared to somebody who hasn't invested the time to make those 15 calls a day, which is only a small activity, doesn't take a huge amount of thinking about to make that happen, in 10 years' time, you will be in a tremendously different position to somebody else that hasn't invested that time. Again, let's take it even simpler. Let's say that you committed to doing 20 board drop leaflets every day. Now, over the space of a year, that's 7,300 board drops. If you were to convert 1% of those into listings, that's an extra 73 listings a year. Take that forward 10 years, you've generated an extra 730 listings. And again, you are going to be in a significantly different position to somebody who hadn't invested that time. So my question to you is, what's the activity that you can stick to, that you have the discipline and the resolve to do day in, day out, that you won't notice the difference from day to day, but over the course of the next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you will be looking back and thanking yourself for it. So, back to my original question, the £3 million or the 1p? Well, if you chose the £3 million, you made a smart choice. 8 out of 10 people that I asked this question to go for the £3 million. However, if you chose the penny, on day 31, you'd have almost £11 million in the bank. Now, isn't that amazing to think that 1p doubling for 31 days results in almost £11 million? But that is the power of compound, and that is the power of these daily activities. If you were to look on the internet at how this 1p doubles, you'll notice that similar to the effects of these activities, routines, habits that you're doing on a daily basis, the power doesn't kick in until the last fifth. So up until maybe day 26, day 27, most people would have stuck with the £3 million. But it's those last 4 days when everybody else has given up that the power of the compound effect really kicks in. So just bear that in mind. What's the one activity that you can start doing today? And what's the one question that you should be asking yourself every morning? Because as Tony Robbins says, successful people ask themselves better questions so they get better answers.